Hello boys and girls, welcome back to the Masters of Citadel, little weekend extravaganza. Master of the Circus, alright Yeti, heads or tails? Tails, alright. Alright. Saymyname hosts. What a system. Just get the draft up. I'll link it. Okay, no mind. I'll join you all in it. Yay. So yep, welcome to the early arrivals. This is the semi-final game between Saymyname and Miniyeti for the Masters of Citadel weekend-long tournament. This one's going to be another best of 5. Winner advances to the final, obviously, and the loser, I think, will be playing in a third place match. Excuse me. And those will be cast hopefully later today. I think probably Unrestricted is going to be casting those ones because I don't think I'm going to be around for those. But we're just waiting for Saymyname to join the draft here. Just to quickly explain the draft here, it's best of 5, but each player gets to pick 6 civs, so they've got a couple more options. And before that, both players get a ban, although the bans are hidden. So both players can ban the same civ, and then the first pick is also hidden, so you can pick the same civ at the start as well. And then the rest of the draft is just as usual. Just give Saymyname a little ping to say that we are ready for him. Hopefully he joins in pretty quickly so we can get these games underway. Here we go. Host is waiting for host to get ready. Okay, so we'll have the bans from both players. Let's see what the bans are. So Shang is banned by Saymyname, interesting. Macedonians by Miniyeti. It doesn't like having to deal with the Macedonians in the Bronze Age, I guess, where they're quite strong bonuses there. We get Hittites Egyptians are exchanged. I think these are currently considered the best 2 civs in I'll just actually mute the music. There we go. The best 2 civs in Citadels at the moment, with the very strong chariot archers, as well as the Hittites having a very strong stone thrower. Sumerians picked up as well. Babylonians, nice to see Yeti representing the Babylonians still. Assyrians, again, I'm not as hot on the Assyrians, but I think they're still pretty decent with their nice chariot archers in Citadels. And Fiat, just a very solid civ in general, especially in the early game. With if you can get all 3 of your berry patches around your starting area, that can carry you into the early Bronze Age usually. And the Greeks are still open, and that does get picked up by Saymyname. Foe and Palmy instantly locked in by Miniyeti. And we've still got the Yamato left that we have seen manage to win a couple of games so far this tournament. Minoans has been dropped way down the pecking order, so a little bit slow to get going, and have to kind of get their farm economy up and running. And it takes a little while to get to the composite bowmen, and composite bowmen are quite easy to counter with stone throwers these days. And Miniyeti finishes off with the Chosen. So we have Romans, Persians, and Carthaginians are the three civs that didn't get contested this time. And Persians, I think most people consider sort of the weaker civ on Citadels. They do have the early hunt bonus, so they can potentially try and mix things up in the early tool age, but it just feels like they don't have many good options in the Bronze Age, as cavalry not as strong on the Citadel's map. It tends to be chariot archers and stone throwers is sort of the order of the day. Occasionally some camels get mixed in and some priests as well. So those are the sort of units we tend to see quite a bit of in the Bronze Age at least, and then obviously sometimes the Iron Age matchup's a little bit different depending on the civ. So they will have a check on AOE2 Rex. Okay, they're just choosing their server by the looks of it at the moment. Lobby being set up. I think AOE2 Rex has been a lot more playing the ball recently. Looks like Vertex and Morik are doing some practice games actually on Citadel, I've just seen. Vertex will be playing against Bongo after this game. I think there will be a little bit of a gap between this one and the next one, because it's 3 hours between the starting time of this one and the next one. And I think even if it goes to 4-5 games, I don't think 3 hours. It will take 3 hours for the series to finish. So yeah, probably a little bit of a gap to wait for the next semi-final, but then we'll have that up and going for you. And I think Unrestricted will be streaming that as well. And it looks like we're straight underway, so don't have to mess around. And straight into the game. And Miniyeti going with the Chosen. So both players picking their lower civs to begin with. And Chosen and Minoans. We've seen, like I said, we've seen Minoans. Oh, wait a minute, why is it Diante? This is definitely not Diante. I think it's because the last game I cast was Miniyeti versus Diante. So the capture age is trying to be smarter than it is, unfortunately for us. So we'll get Saymyname, his name back in there and get us back up to speed. But yeah, like I said, the Minoans, with the composite bowmen being pretty easy to deal with stone throwers these days. The compies tend to be pretty hard to get going. You need something to add in with the composite bowmen, maybe like cavalry or well, yeah, I think cavalry is probably the best go-to actually. Just to give you that front line, and a unit can threaten your opponent's stone throwers, or maybe priests as well could work. And sometimes I think I've seen players try to use their own stone throwers as well to counter opponent's stone throwers, opposing ones. But this is a very bad map for Miniyeti. Surprised he's playing this one out. He's only got this very small wood line at the back here. In comparison, Saymyname's base is much, much better. Can delete the walls and it has all this extra space at the back. And yeah, very nice wood line on this side. So I am a little bit surprised Miniyeti's decided to play this, as yeah, I would not be happy with this spawn personally. Very open. Berries are forward for both players. Occasionally you can get very lucky and have them tucked in at the back, which I like to call the jackpot berries. And we'll see what Miniyeti's plan is for the Chosen. If he does try to maybe go for some early axe or tower push, it could be potentially an option in the tool age. But very risky play. Otherwise, I have seen players in the Dawn of Ages tournament take the game late with the Chosen and just spam legionaries and push forward with the Chosen ballista towers, which can be quite effective. Minoans don't get the chariot either, and so because Scythes are quite a good answer into the legionaries in the late game. although compies from Minoans, especially the chosen legionaries, don't get all the pierce armor upgrades, so the composite bowman could still be pretty good threat against them in the Iron Age after alchemy is in as well. But we'll see if the game goes that far. Quite close berry spawn there, actually. If obviously Saymyname just put that granary down pretty much straight away, but if he'd been maybe a little bit more patient, he could have maybe seen that he could have actually double granary the double patch there. But obviously he would have just seen this like little area here to begin with and just autopiloted on to putting the granary straight down. Oh, sorry, yeah, it's because it's like saved from the yesterday. Oh, I've clicked too many times there. It's because the last game I streamed was Miniyeti's from last night, and for some reason, when one of the players is detected as the same player, it saves the record. So sorry, it's 0-0 Nightmare. Thanks for pointing that out for me. And yep, Tool Age coming in 22 vils for Saymyname, which is actually pretty. Oh, he had 20 seconds idle though to do that. So yeah, you're going for 24 vils. Has 10 seconds idle himself, so it's going to be 30 seconds slower, but we'll have the extra villager. Yeah, with 22, maybe a little pinched for resources for Saymyname when he first hits the Tool Age, but I'm sure he knows what he's doing. Barracks comes down for both players as per usual. Required to unlock the stable and archer range, which the players will have to build at least one of to advance the Bronze Age. It's the only 3 buildings are those 2 and the market. But yeah, again, I'm very surprised Yeti didn't call Re on this, because he's actually going to like open up this gap very quickly with the lumberjacks here. I mean, hopefully he's paying attention and just like seals it up again. I've seen like in the series yesterday, he does like add some extra walls there. Well, we'll see. Maybe Miniyeti can cause some trouble for Saymyname. But yeah, like I was saying, Miniyeti does often add the extra walls in to give him some extra area. Market goes down for Saymyname as well as the stable. Interesting. So Saymyname maybe, I mean, it's not too rare that you see like a few cavalry as the first unit in the Bronze Age for the Minoans, just because, like I said, it takes a while to tech into the composite bowman. I expect this is going to be market and archery range, yeah. Actually, did I expect archery range there? I don't know. Norris, yeah, like I said, the chosen. I've not seen him actually played so far in Citadels. That does give him access to the siege workshop if he wants in the Bronze Age as well. I can't remember what the chosen archery range is actually like. I feel like it's not very good from the top of my head. Let me just, in fact, let me have a quick check of that, so that I'm not just talking rubbish for like the next 5-10 minutes. Let's have a look. See. Yeah, they only get the improved bow. I thought that was it, but I didn't want to say it without double checking. So if it feels like that's just to unlock the siege workshop, and then maybe he just goes with a tower defense and then just tries to get iron. Scout comes out, and domestication. I presume I've just missed him getting woodworking. Yeah, he's already got it. Yeah, I mean, he could just start spamming the short/broadsword in the Bronze Age and just start going with the tower push. And in fact, we are seeing some units coming forward. Single slinger, probably just for a bit of extra vision. Scout might spot this here though, and yeah, he goes for the outside granary. And as I've said before, I usually prefer unrestricted, does it a lot, but the second granary tends to go, he does see that. He puts his second granary here and then the third one on the one inside. As like this is potentially vulnerable to any early aggression. Both players in the Bronze Age, wheel coming in for both players. And it's going to be interesting to see. I suspect it's probably going to be a forward siege workshop, and then like, yeah, maybe some additional saying that he's not on stone. Just mining gold at the moment, and indeed Miniyeti is actually open here now. And House is actually going to sort of trap the villagers in there, which will protect them from the scout for now, but if any ranged units come out, it's going to be a little bit in trouble. Where have those villagers gone? They're just chilling for the time being. And yeah, okay, so yeah, short swords are going to come in. And temple, oh, double temple, interesting. So priests coming out. Maybe this was anticipating, like I said, the early cavalry that the Minoans sometimes build. But Saymyname is just going for the boom, and scouts are actually going to spot this. So this is pretty bad news for Miniyeti. The scouts does have tool working as well. One of the villages is going to be safe to finish off one of the monasteries at least. Actually, there's a gap here. In fact, he's just not even... Oh, that's a bit of a slip up by Miniyeti there. Okay, very nice quick house there. And so one temple is going to go up, but Staples now coming down. Academy coming down from the Minoans. So potentially hoplites, possibly anticipating the broadswords coming in. We've just got like a sort of weird network of buildings going on as Miniyeti tries to keep this forward alive. More villagers coming forward to help. Like I said, it's only actually a single short swordsman for now. I guess Miniyeti was sort of focusing and trying to get this sorted out. Priest in the queue, astrology being researched. And cavalry unit comes out. This might get converted. Saymyname reacting pretty quickly, getting those units away. And deletes a few of the houses. Temples coming down. So it's just a siege and priest push. Looks like is the order of the day, going Age of Empires 2 style. And again, the Minoans don't get chariots, which is the best unit to try and prevent that combination. So possibly why Miniyeti's gone for that play here, as it's going to be reasonably difficult for the Minoans to counter. Like I said, if you can get a few cavalry units and then maybe some compies in the back, that would be sort of work, but that's quite an expensive combination. And currently, what's the response for Saymyname here? It's just still making the hoplites at the moment. Yeah, a couple of priests already out, and yeah, the mysticism, which I believe is the extra HP. Yep. As well as he already got astrology, which is the conversion speed, and then yeah, polytheism, I believe is the movement speed upgrade for the priests. Been trying to remember these a bit more now that priests are a bit more relevant in the game. First stone thrower comes out, and yeah, a few more swordsmen being added in. I think when he sort of gets himself more set up, he's actually still on a single TC, only 35 pop. So he's trying to go on the all-in push. So I mean, he has some resources to work with. Priest is going to be the response from Saymyname to try and, I guess, convert the stone throwers. The monotheism tech to convert enemy priest only comes out in the Iron Age, though. We're just going to make this a little bit strange. All goes down. Stone throwers going forward. Single cavalry at the back here. Where are those hoplites? The hoplites are chilling in the side. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit weird because priests can't convert priests in the Iron Age. Big hit from the stone throwers, take out a lot of villagers there. Another bunch of villagers go down. But yeah, villagers trying to bone down the priests. Converts the cavalry unit here. Might maybe want to send that in. And you can sort of see the recharge time. So 2, 3. This priest still have favour available to convert. Maybe can try and convert some of these hoplites here. And so far, this push looks like it's going pretty nicely. 10 kills as well to the eco. Hoplites getting converted. Cavalry unit here, probably going to take out by the hoplites. Does manage to snipe one of the stone throwers. Yes, the hoplites, very bad option into the priests, especially in the early bronze. Villagers get sent forward here, but I think just a single hoplite's going to probably kill a large number of these here. So it looks like this push from Miniyeti is going to be pretty successful. I think this stone thrower, is it going to go down? No, not quite. Oh no, it does manage to get it down. But yeah, 25 vills already lost, down to 29 pop. Miniyeti, like I said, it's not even making vills anymore, but ahead on the eco now. Temple in the base for Miniyeti. And, I mean, Saymyname's still going with hoplites. And again, without the access to the chariot, this is just very, very difficult for Saymyname to deal with. And yeah, just never got to the... Well, it never even... Well, did he even build an archery range? No, he never even got any archery range, so just never got anywhere near going for the composite bows. But obviously, like I said, stone throwers, pretty handy at dealing with those, and that's a nice 1-0 from Miniyeti with the all-in push from the Chosen. Like I said, I think that was probably just based on his opponent being Minoan. Was probably why he tried to go for that. And so yeah, like I said, the Minoans not a little bit slow of a civilization until they can get themselves set up in the Bronze Age, and Miniyeti just didn't give them the chance there. So very nice game from Miniyeti. That takes the 1-0 lead against Saymyname. And hello to everyone that's just joined the stream. If I haven't said hello to you, and thank you, Underling, for the follow. Compies are a good... Well, the compies will just get flattened by the stones is the problem. And yeah, compies, it just takes quite a long time to like tech into them. It's rough for composite archers at the moment. I feel like maybe the improved bow should just be available straight away in bronze, and then that you just make the compy upgrade a bit more expensive. Like, because at the moment it's just like they're like way too slow to get out into play. But maybe that's something we discuss another time. And so we had, that was Minoans. So it was, like I said, both players' last civs, but that's still a pretty nice win for Miniyeti there. If you can get a win with your bottom civ, I think you're feeling pretty good about that. Like I said, it looks like we're already away. No hanging about. Second game already. So let's have a look-see here. So now we've got Phoenician Hittites. So Saymyname going to his first tier civ. Maybe just wants to get himself on the board and doesn't want to go. Maybe wants to try and ensure he doesn't go 2-0 down early on. And Miniyeti, slightly better map than last time. Still not great on this side. These berries are quite nice on the side here. It's not the jackpot with where you got it sealed in, but still pretty nice there. Meanwhile, Saymyname, I think this is technically open. So technically not the jackpot berries, but that's still pretty nice that you've got the berries tucked away there. And does he see those? He doesn't see those yet, but hopefully he does find those. So it's always very nice to have those hidden away at the side, where you can quite easily claim them without being disturbed. And like Miniyeti on the Phoenicians, who their wood bonus makes them pretty strong on any map, really. Up to the sort of Bronze Age, and then the Bronze Age you have access to all the units in the game, which gives them a good number of options. Hittites, however, just they're very, very powerful chariot archers in the Bronze Age with the +1 attack, as well as the higher HP stone throws, make them a very difficult civ to contend with on the Citadel's map. And yeah, I think some people are a little bit undecided about who they prefer as the top civ out of Hittite and Egyptians at the moment. But like I said, both of those civs tend to be considered up there. And I mean, potentially the Phoenicians could go for some early tool pressure. As I've said many times, the Hittites don't get the slinger, which does mean that if you do a tool age attack, it can be difficult for the Hittites to respond to that. Like if you go slingers first and then add in your own bows behind that, as the Phoenicians here, like that doesn't really give the Hittite player much to answer with, especially now the slingers have the extra pierce armor, so the Hittite bowmen in the tool age still only hit the slingers for 1 damage. I mean, yeah, in theory the Phoenicians should be able to make more chariots. That's true. But it's still, I think it's still difficult. Like I said, you get +1 damage to chariot archers, like I said the other day, is basically a 25% damage increase. So you essentially have to build 25% more chariots as Phoenician to get equal damage. I guess technically you don't need 25% more because you just have more HP from having more chariots. So it's probably more like, I don't know, probably like 15% more, which I guess is the bonus for the wood bonus. Obviously it doesn't apply to food as well. So it's very close. I think, yeah, potentially can contest. As like I said, Phoenicians basically very nice all-round civ, can pretty much pull off any strategy. Up to the Bronze Age, that is. Have a few restrictions on some of the techs and stuff they have available in the Iron Age, which makes some of their units a little underwhelming. But I think they still have some decent options in terms of their actual unit access. But 22 and 23 Vils is the count for going up in same idle time, so it's just the 20 seconds slower for Miniyeti, but the 1 extra villager in hand. Barracks now going up for both players as per usual. And I don't know if I really call Archer Civ or Eco, but Phoenician doesn't really feel like an Archer Civ. I know they gave like the plus line of sight to the archers. They just feel like I mean, technically they're like an elephant civ, right? Like I said, I think that the extra wood bonus means they can basically go with any strategy. We'll see what the order of the day is. If the Phoenician player does just go into their own chariot archers, or if Miniyeti has other ideas. He could go for like the camel or something instead if he wanted to. Although against the Hittites, you maybe don't want to do that. That said, so maybe it will just be chariot archer spam for both players. Hittites, of course, get the cheaper and faster researching wheel, which does help them get those chariots out a little sooner, as the wheel tech, I believe, is 90 seconds. Although I was checking the other day on the AOE wiki, and it says the wheel takes 75 seconds to research, which I don't think is actually true. So I don't know if that needs updating, or if wheel's just slightly slower to research than it is in DE. And I've got a game pause. Just checking the actual game to see if the chat's just... Sometimes the chat doesn't pop up. But it doesn't look like anyone's saying anything.
Start the game.
Okay. Oh, I've got them in the wrong view now. There we go. Capture age view. And it looks like, yeah, Saymyname hasn't found his third berries. Maybe he does find that later, though. Woodworking coming in for Saymyname now. And I suspect the same will come in for Miniyeti pretty shortly. And it was the archery range. In fact, what was the building from? So yeah, it was archery range as well from Miniyeti. And yeah, woodworking and watchtower coming in as well. So yeah, maybe he's just going to tower his berries here. Sometimes I've seen that he will like wall off this section and it is just going to be the defensive tower. And obviously, I mean, we've got 6 villagers there, so not all of them could hide in the tower. There's only 5 garrison space in the tower now. But Saymyname picked Minoans in the first match, and Miniyeti went for a priest and siege push, and the Minoans just didn't have a response to that, Billy. That's how we lost. So yeah, like I said in the first game, Minoans just feel like a bit too much of a liability now on Citadel. And yep, wheel coming in, like I said, half the time, 45 seconds for the Hittites, so they can get that Chariot Archer spam going a lot earlier, but looks like Government Centre going down, so Saymyname just going for the eco approach again. In fact, Government Centre down for both players. And yeah, the nice wood eco from the Phoenicians mean they'll have plenty of wood available to start setting up the farms and extra TCs. And we'll see if, yeah, the eco advantage of the Phoenicians is enough to overthrow just the pure military power of the Hittites. For the time being, though, like I said, just looks like extra TCs is the order of the day. Singular Bowman just out already, doing a little bit of scouting. Yeah, 2 TCs extra. Sorry, that's not a TC. This one's a TC on the gold. Archer range. So he is going on to the gold here. So maybe this is just for additional siege weapons at some point. And we do just see the classic Chariot Archer and Siege combination. Miniyeti's Bowman being a little annoying for the wood line for Saymyname there. But yeah, like I've said in some other games, I feel like sometimes the Hittite players, I've seen the Hittites lose games where they go for the eco approach, and just because they don't actually have an eco bonus themselves, they just end up slipping behind the other Civ. And like we saw a very nice game from Diante yesterday where he just went 1 TC push with Hittites, and I think personally that's where they're the strongest. Because like I said, with the quicker wheel, I can just get those Chariot Archers out a little bit early in the opponent. And in the smaller numbers, that +1 damage is very effective. No armor on the bows there. Means that now with a wheel, Saymyname's Bowman is going to go down. And Chariot Archers now coming in for both players. Let's have a look-see. I think it's just 2 archery ranges for both players at the moment. And Saymyname with a reasonable score lead here. I think that's maybe that's from exploration though. Yeah, I think that's probably just from exploration. Yeah, the AOE2 scoring system, like quite about 100 or 200 points, is given just for exploring the map. So that's probably just the difference at the moment. But yeah, Saymyname first to go forward, 5 on the Chariot Archers, and a little pinch for resources at the moment as Yeti spamming from 3 TCs, and Saymyname got himself into 3 TCs now. In fact, 49 to 51, so slight eco lead in terms of number of villagers. Archer 6 range, do you mean 6 base? One of my suggestions when people were talking about arch nerfs is I did say for like all archer range units to just have 1 less range, including the bows and the tool age, so that the slingers like actually has some use beyond the tool age. Because the slinger is stronger now, but like they just get outranged by everything in the bronze age, so they just like can't really do anything. But yep, Chariot Archer numbers building up pretty nicely for Saymyname here. And yep, like I said, the foe do have the eco edge, but they just don't currently have the actual numbers out at the moment. And 1 house goes down. Losing this archery range would be a little bit annoying as well. Nobility is coming in for Miniyeti, so that would be quite nice if he can get that out, as Saymyname doesn't have that tech yet. So that would give his chariots a little bit of an advantage there. And stone throwers, okay, nobility also being added for Saymyname, so that advantage is now gone. Double siege workshop and another archery range forward. And like I said, I suspect there's higher resources collected by Yeti just because of the Phoenician bonus. Actually, no, it's actually Saymyname, the slightly more efficient working economy, it looks like. That's slightly surprising. Maybe just a little bit more better with the eco management, especially as Saymyname's only just overtaken Miniyeti on the villager count. So yeah, this is looking like it's going to be pretty difficult already for Miniyeti. Both players now with nobility in. Miniyeti already having to dodge stone thrower shots, which gives his Saymyname's chariot archers just free time to just shoot themselves. I think both players have artisanship in. Yep, they do. And the wall starts getting battered down. 22 to... It's pretty even numbers now. But again, Hittites with the extra +1 attack. And forward watchtower from Saymyname now. Sentry tower also coming in as well, just to try and pin Yeti into his base. Potentially Yeti might open himself up on the right side here, but looks like stone thrower is going to break down the gate anyway. Ooh, should narrowly misses taking a lot of damage to his chariots there. Yeti going for the engage though. Again, the Hittite bonus feels like it should just reign supreme here. Gate already goes down, so stone throwers change their target to the chariot archers. And as I've said, the stone throwers aren't great against the chariots just because of the maneuverability. But like I said, this does give Saymyname time to just free fire, as Miniyeti is just having to constantly move around to avoid being shot at. Little bit of damage there from the stone throwers, a big couple of hits there. 25 to 24, so pretty equal numbers, and you've got to think, yeah, some of the chariot archers are coming from the back here. So I think Miniyeti does have the slightly higher numbers here, but again, the Hittite bonus. Stone thrower going to get a nice hit in there, but it's not doing too much damage against the nobility chariots. But that was a nice hit in the corner there, middle, sorry, I should say. Stone thrower does go down though. Little artifact getting mixed up there in the middle. Again, yeah, just constantly having to evade these stone thrower hits. Having to keep, and there's a big hit there. Ooh, narrowly dodges that other one. And yeah, he's just trying to snipe down. Ooh, that's a good hit from Yeti stone thrower at the top there. Saymyname not paying attention. Hittite bonus means takes 3 shots though to take down that stone thrower, compared to the regular 2 for other civs, which is another one of the big Hittite bonuses that makes them so strong in the Bronze Age hit. Villager numbers way ahead for Saymyname now, and it feels like it's probably just going to be a numbers win for Saymyname in the long run now. Forward towers, I mean, stone throwers catch out 3 villagers there, but the tower does go up. But yeah, Miniyeti just has too many things to deal with, it feels like. Well, he's getting some good hits here with the stone thrower. Stone throwers can outrange the towers if he moves that back, so it's kind of unnecessarily taking damage hit. 3 pierce armor does mean the sentry tower. I mean, actually, no, he is just going to lose it here. I thought, yeah, no, yeah, he's just going to lose the tower. Big engage hit. Again, these sentry towers here just providing extra damage support. And stone thrower, just a little bit of stone thrower micro back and forth, little dodges here left and right there. One villager goes down on the gold. Now 100 vils to 74. Iron Age coming in for Saymyname now as well. He's still pumping the chariot archers, but he could start adding in either the elephant archer or the horse archer when he hits Iron Age for even more damage from his ranged units here. Like I said, he's just really penned here. I guess technically he could try and go for some sort of flank here, and he's actually moving his villagers out here. Don't know, just trying to get some more wood available. Engage at the front again though. Many of the Yeti's chariots go down. He is managing to deny like more towers going up, but it feels like a losing battle. Another decent hit, but again, the 81 HP on the chariots means the stone throw is not the greatest counter to the chariots themselves. And another big hit for Saymyname as Iron Age comes in. Maybe, yeah, I was going to say maybe Yeti taps out as the Alchemy and Craftsmanship come in. Going to be too much of a battle for Yeti to take on, as he was already quite far behind there. Didn't really have any gold himself to ever get himself to the Iron Age. And yeah, just pretty nice, convincing game from Saymyname. Another strong performance on the Hittites. And alright, Magma. But yeah, pretty straightforward win in the end. Like I said, even though the foe bonus, I thought would give, you'd assume would give Yeti a bit of an edge. But like I said, I mean, it's way different now, obviously. But like, the eco was actually slightly ahead for Saymyname, despite being slightly heightened on villagers. So maybe just had that eco efficiency. Unfortunately, didn't find those berries in the end. But yeah, just very solid game for Saymyname. I don't want to close Capture Age unless it starts doing the bug, which maybe it will do. Yes, it did. And I will go back to the draft quickly, but they did get this the second game up pretty fast, so I wouldn't be surprised if we hop in straight away here. So Saymyname strikes back with the Hittites against the Phoenicians. Again, though, Phoenicians was a slightly lower down pick for Miniyeti. In a way, Miniyeti might be kind of glad to, now the Hittites out of the way, and he can maybe take advantage of the Egyptians and Babylonians and even Assyrians, as these are all three quite nice chariot archer civs. And yeah, we'll see. Sumerians could potentially mix things up though, with the... No, it's 1-1 and restricted. Miniyeti won the first game. And let's have a look. Okay, they're just setting up the lobby now. Yeah, first game was a pretty convincing push by... Well, you were here for the first game, weren't you? Oh, you just mean that the second game already finished? Yeah, Saymyname just got the aggression going early, and then Miniyeti just couldn't. He didn't, like, despite being the Phoenicians, he just didn't have the eco edge. He hadn't collected the more resources, which surprised me, because he was slightly ahead on Vils the whole time. So I don't know if he just slightly mismanaged the economy at some point, and then maybe that worked against him. And then, yeah, just the power of the Hittites pushing through. Because like we were saying, in theory, the Phoenicians should be able to build more chariots, but that just didn't happen. And then they're just the better quality units of the Hittites winning the game for Saymyname there. As we do jump into game 3. And it's going to be the Babylonians against the Lakviat. So, like, I personally like the Babylonians as a response to the Hittites, but obviously that's not going to happen this time, because the Babylonians get the extra pierce armor on their chariot units, which makes them pretty good at nullifying that extra damage from the Hittite. And playing to the chariot as the regular chariot as well means you can just go for the chariot and chariot archer combination, which deals with a lot of compositions that people play in the Bronze Age. It's only really maybe the cavalry unit that can sort of contest that, but not many civs that are played on Citadels tend to play cavalry. And we do have the jackpot berries for Miniyeti again. He does see him as well, so he's lucked in. He's the big winner of today's jackpot. And Saymayname's berries forward. He does have quite a nice space at the back here, though. You can delete those. But again, Miniyeti has quite a nice similar space as well. I'm just going to take a little drink. And we're back in the room. So yeah, Latvia from Saymyname. Do still have the very strong start on this map, and like I said, if you can grab these berries at the front, the berries can last you along with the hunt pretty much all the way till the early Bronze Age, and giving you a nice eco boost for the Latvia player. And they do have a lot of options available to them in the Bronze Age. Like I said yesterday, they're actually the only civilization in the game that gets access to all of the units at the archery range. But they also have a decent stable, because I think they have nobility as well. And they do get the scythe as well in the late game. So, and let's have a look. See, I think even their do they get Phalangite? I can't remember now. I'm trying to remember what this academy is like. I think their swordsman line's pretty bad. Is from the worst thing about their military. But most civs don't usually tend to want to go into that unit anyway, unless you're like the Romans or the Chosen, basically. And the storage pit goes out here. And first, my guess is maybe that wasn't the best spot to put a storage pit to begin with. Maybe that could have gone a little bit deeper in, just so that he doesn't chop his way through that wood line. It will take him a little while though, so he'll probably be fine. And house just going up here. He's not left enough space for a farm there, which I personally don't really like. I always try to leave space for farms around my granaries if I can do. Miniyeti just going for the efficiency. I guess maybe he was housed there, so he just needed to get the house up as quickly as possible. Yes, 10-second idle time, so I think that probably was the case, unfortunately. It's a little bit of slip up in the efficiency by Miniyeti there. Iron Babby wins. I don't know. Like I said, just the speed that you can create the military as Latvia. If you are in a good position, they can just keep pumping units for days. Obviously, Babylonians get the very nice towers as well, so you can just start pushing forward with the towers. And they do get the scythe chariot themselves. Again, I can't remember. I think Babylonians do get conscription. It's like conscription and urbanization are the two techs I've been trying to memorize who gets which civs go those and which civs don't. But yeah, the Latvia get their conscription plus their faster creation speed, so they can just spam for days. And let's see, clicked up on 22 vils for Saymyname, and with the berry bonus, that's not too surprising. Babylonians more standard 23. Yeah, no heavy horse arch, that's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, yeah, that's another thing. Latvia obviously do get the heavy horse archer as well. Though the heavy horse archer itself is very expensive to tech into. So sometimes we do see just this regular horse archer. It's only really the Yamato who get the cheaper archery range techs that you tend to see that unit pretty early on. Although saying that, the Yamato player the other day didn't go for the heavy horse archer, which I was a little bit upset about. I can't remember who it was who was playing that game. And Bronze Age already clicked in for Saymyname with only 2 seconds idle time. Again, just very nice bonus from Latvia. He hasn't gone to claim his outside berries again. I don't know if Saymyname just isn't aware that he has those. I mean, he's going for his second ones here. He must know, surely, right? But yeah. In fact, Miniyeti's not gone on to his second berries yet. So all of these berries are going to... village is going to be idle for a brief moment. Hopefully he notices that pretty quickly, and he does do. All the villagers going over. Sometimes it's better to like send some villagers over and just start gathering here so that like you don't have this sort of idle time of all the villagers in one go. But it is what it is. Woodworking for both players. 14 seconds idle from Yeti. Like I said, got those 10 seconds I think from being housed in the early game. So he's going to be slightly later to the Bronze Age. Domestication as well, coming in for Saymyname. That's quite nice. He gets that in before he's even had to put down any farms yet. And I guess maybe Yeti's going to do the same as he switches onto the jackpot pile on the back there. So it's actually going to be a little while before he has to bother with farms. It's always nice to get those farm upgrades in before you do have to put the farms down. Wheel coming in for Saymyname. I feel like everyone underestimates the horse archers. I don't get why people say they're bad. Like, if you can micro, like, how do you kill horse archers? Like, how do you actually kill horse archers? Like, what unit can you make that will kill my horse archers if I have like 30 horse archers? Yeah, I mean, it's the best unit in my opinion as well, Bongo Bell. Everyone else seems to be hating on it. Like, I get some people are saying, like, the Elephant Archer is better for your gold eco, but, like, Elephant Archers are so much slower that they're, like, much easier to punish with, like, I don't know, if you have Centurion or Stone Catapults or something. But if you just micro Horse Archers, they just evade everything. Helis don't have any Pierce Armor, so you can just kill Helis with Horse Archers. And you can just dodge cats with Horse Archers. Scythes, if you can mass them up, maybe, but it's still going to be difficult. But anyway, Bronze Age in for both players, and I think it's just going to be the boom approach again. The cheaper Babylonian market tax is quite nice here, because it just means you can get your eco upgrades in a lot easier. So the Babylonian eco tends to be a little bit smoother in the Bronze Age, as the Lakviat. Oh no, okay, so Saymyname still going on the berries, like I said. You can tend to do that into the early Bronze Age. So still getting the advantage of the Lakviat bonus for the time being. And let's have a look. Okay, so Priest, Technology of Astrology already coming in again. Lakviat do get chariots, so the potential of a siege and priest push, is a lot less effective. Town centre, randomly rung by Saymyname then. Must have been a little misclick. Quite a lot of idle time. I guess it's already got like 3 TCs, so that's why that's creeping up. So 45 to 45 vills at the moment. Again, just all the priest upgrades coming in. I'm not exactly sure why we're going for priests for Miniyeti, because I think the default unit for Lakviat, like I said, they do have different options in the Bronze Age, but I feel like the default unit is still the Chariot Archer, which priests aren't that great into, as they resist conversion, the chariots, and they only have 1 less range than the priests, so it's actually fairly easy for them to take priests out. Well, 1 less range when they have artisanship, that is. And we do have a forward academy. Okay, maybe that's what Yeti was anticipating. So Hoplite's going to be an interesting choice for Saymyname. I feel like I've seen a lot of players go for the Hoplite and then just never get enough of them out and it just flops and dies, but nice quick conversion from Miniyeti there, just grabs the scout. Archery range as well forward. Is that just so he can build a siege workshop? It might be. Yeah, I think he just doesn't have an archery range, so he just needs that for the siege workshop. Well, it's easy to dodge an RTR. You just use the formations to split. Don't give me your don't give me the AOE2 formation, Jip Magma. You literally just press A and F, and your unit split. It's like the easiest thing in the world to dodge catapults. Like, you don't even have to move your units. Anyway, urbanization, gold mining, polytheism, all coming in for Babylonian, as he has got his eco set up. 68 villages to 71 at the moment. 4 chariots to the 8 of Saymyname. Again, the Latvia do have the extra armor on their archers, but obviously archer against archer, that makes no difference. I'm just going to take another swig of my drink whilst we're waiting for the action to begin. I might be a little bit engaged here actually, shooting over the walls. So maybe I won't. I'll postpone that for a couple of minutes. Gold mining now coming in for Saymyname as well. I see. Actually, Saymayname's clicked Iron Age already. He's taken advantage of the lull in the action as this scout tries to get some damage in on the villagers. No armor teching means that the scout's not really going to be an issue though. So this might catch Miniyeti off guard a little bit, as it looks like he was just, he's just happy booming up. He is ahead on villagers for the time being. Nobility as well coming in, and chariot archer production stopped. So maybe we do just see the horse archer from Saymyname as he hits the Iron Age, and yeah, he may potentially be in a bit of trouble here. He might be able to. He's probably going to be able to force the villagers off the gold here. Just has the numbers, plus the Babylonian extra pierce armor bonus makes their chariot archers a lot more powerful than the Latviat ones are. I think even with nobility, the Babylonian, excuse me, I can't speak. The Babylonian chariot archers are still stronger. Chariot archer to chariot archer, that is. There is a stone thrower in here, so he gets a good shot. Miniyeti not quite paying attention, does take a bonk to the head. Iron Age is in now though, and Miniyeti probably, maybe going to be a little bit surprised by this. And yep, Horse Archer is the order of the day. Alchemy coming straight in as well. And I think, yeah, Iron Age is clicked by Miniyeti, so it's not going to be massively far behind it. He has a lot of wood. Maybe he wants to try and get some extra farms down as quickly as he can. But I think he wants to just try and force, with the army he has now in the Bronze Age, before the Iron Age advantage of Saymyname can kick in. And yep, the Horse Archer mass building up. The Pierce armor, just a single Pierce armor doesn't mean quite as much when you're against the 8 damage, or soon to be 8 damage when Alchemy comes in, of the Horse Archer. And like I said, maybe see if Conscription comes in, but Latvia already have the faster pumping military production buildings. These couple of archer ranges just a little bit vulnerable for the time being. There's still a little while for Iron Age to kick in. 14 Horse Archers already out, Alchemy already out, Ballistics coming in as well, and the last range upgrade. So maybe, yeah, maybe Saymyname looks to try and just deal with the Bronze Army before he has the chance to catch up. A couple of chariot archers going out awry, getting caught out there. And yeah, this is going to be a little bit difficult, I think, for the Babylonian player now. He's got a lot of resources in bank, and he's going for the Horse Archer himself. Babylonians don't get the Heavy Horse Archer upgrade, I believe. I think they just stop at Horse Archer. In fact, just cancelled that. So maybe that was just a misclick. Oh no, just clicked it again. Big engage though, and you've just got to expect that the superior Horse Archer unit is just going to clean house now. And the priests doing their thing. but I don't know if they're going to do enough hit. A couple of decent hits against the chariot, horse archers there, though. Looks like priest techs and catapults. But again, catapults to me just aren't an answer to the horse archers if you're paying attention. And I think 35 to 22 military. Slight eco lead still for Yeti. But I think just how does this keep happening? How do artifacts keep getting mixed up in the battles? When I do this, I'm like this, and you just click it over here. Maybe it just keeps getting handed back and forth. Priests do get a couple of conversions, but now get instantly clapped, as 50 HP is not enough to survive alchemy horse archers. And we see a lot of emergency archery rangers, as alchemy does come in for Yeti. 23 chariot archers in queue, but only 8 out in the field. Trying to tech into the tower upgrades, but probably a little bit too slow, and he doesn't actually have much stone in the bank either, so he can't even put down a tower. And yeah, just the extra power, the extra attack of the horse archer. Too much for the Babylonians to deal with for the time being. A lot of forward buildings. I think this may be an excessive number of siege workshops here. Don't think he has enough gold to build this much siege, but we'll see. Coinage is coming in, and Saymyname does claim that middle gold again. So it looks like, oh no, he still has some gold at the back here, so he's still got a decent amount to work with. And yeah, he's gold forward there, so he's going to be a bit pinched for that resource himself. Engineering is coming in though. But again, if you're paying attention, the catapults to me again are just not a counter to the horse archer. Let's see here. Oh, that was quite a big hit there though. That was quite nice. And okay, so he does manage to get a couple of towers, which is going to slow the attack for the time being as catapult comes in for Saymyname. Maybe, yeah, nobility as well. Maybe this gives Yeti enough time to build up chariot archer mass. As Saymyname's kind of stopped making military other than those catapults that are about to be, well, stone throwers that are about to be upgraded as catapults, I should say. And so maybe, yeah, maybe this actually gives Yeti, like I said, a chance to regroup. And yeah, chariot archers. Still, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to keep the cast equal, be a little bit unbiased, but yeah, just feel like it's a little bit tough for Yeti. Ooh, that's good job. Yeti was paying attention there. Priest going for the conversion of the stone throwers. It's going to force Saymyname to react. 4 conversions on the stone throwers. Pretty sloppy by Saymyname, and that's a big play by Miniyeti. All the army gets splattered by his own catapults there. So it's actually Yeti. Maybe I was calling it way too early. Big play by Yeti. And yeah, just the big conversions there, completely flipping that around. Saymyname now forced on the defensive. Just, yeah, the priests making that whole thing turn around. Saymyname trying to sell wood now to get gold. Still pretty good, nice exchange rate on the wood there actually. Oh no, he's buying wood. Sorry, I thought he was selling wood there. Man, he's like really in panic mode. 137 villages to 109, so he still has the eco lead. And now that the mass is actually bigger for Yeti, I feel like the damage output of the horse archer should just win the fight here though. And big hits from the catapults again. So a lot of Yeti's army goes bye-bye. Yeah, he's got quite a few resources in hand though. And maybe he thinks about trying to research Scythe at some point, trying to save up the food for that. And yeah, Yet he manages to reclaim a lot of his base, so he gets access to that gold again. Scythe is coming in for Saymyname already though, as he tries to make the transition. A lot more villagers on wood as well now. But yeah, those conversions, big conversions from Miniyeti there. Freeze getting big value. Yeah, with the 13 range, outranging the 12. I do like the I guess they don't get engineering. Otherwise, I feel like Saymyname probably would have researched that by now. But yeah, Scythe Chariot coming in could put a stop to the catapult shenanigans. Saymyname trying to sort of skirt around, do a little bit of a flanky flank. But Saymyname needs to be careful. He's got the guard tower already in defense. Chariots are already being produced. Horse archers currently in retreat. I feel like I mean, I guess there's a lot to deal with here. I was going to say I feel like I tried to snipe the catapults. But obviously, like I said, a lot to deal on the front of the base here. Priest coming forward, potentially some more conversions coming in. Scythe Chariot in up now for Saymyname though. And I think a lot of these catapults are going to go bye-bye. And still a decent number of chariots here. But the Scythe coming in first for Saymyname. May flip this back again. Lots of units streaming forward though. KDA, or KD I should say, very heavily in favour of Saymyname now. I mean, only 32 to 30 though, so the number's pretty equal. But again, still nearly 2 minutes for Scythe to come in for Miniyeti. And a couple of upgrades missing from Saymyname. Pretty sure Latviat do get those upgrades, yet he just hasn't... Oh, sorry, he's got it in the queue. Didn't see those there. And this may be the momentum shift back in Saymyname's favour. As yep, now double the military count. And Saymyname, it'd be interesting if he just tries to push straight forward, if he does try to reclaim the centre of the map here. Architecture coming in as well. I guess may as well, he's got some resources spare. A few scythes potentially being just thrown away here. 30 seconds though on Scythe Chariot from Miniyeti. Guard Tower coming in as well for those very annoying Babylonian towers. 3 catapults are still in for Saymyname. Now we go Guard Tower in. Scythe about to come in as well. And we'll see if Yeti can now hold as this game goes back and forth. Like I said, the extra production. And Heavy Horse Archer is coming now. This feels a little bit late. He's only got 13 Horse Archers left. Don't know if that's really worth it at this point. I feel like you just want to mass more Horse Archers before going for the upgrade. As much as I do like this unit. I think that was another conversion on the catapult, and Saymyname needs to deal with that before a lot of damage there. Like lots of Miniyeti's chariots going down. And it was the addition of the priests that has kept Miniyeti in this game for the time being. But the numbers feel like they're going ever more and more in the advantage of Saymyname now. So it was quite nice to see the turnaround. You and your staggered bonuses, man. You love a good staggered bonus, don't you? And actually, he's broken in on the south side here, and GG is just called. And like I said, the eco advantage was in the favour of Saymyname the entire time, but Miniyeti gave us a little bit signs of hope with those nice conversions there. If we go, let's go back to that moment. Actually, it was like a pretty big play by Yeti to give him a chance to come back in the game. You can see here the score's already massively behind. Just like the 4 conversions on these catapults here. All the horse archers go splat. That catapult goes splat. and suddenly the momentum shifted. But the eco was just always in favour of Say My Name, and like I said, the side chariot coming in far sooner for Say My Name allowed him to push back out again. So yeah, pretty nice game from both players, really. Potentially, like a few people are saying, that Babylonians probably should have tried to force the matter a bit more in the Bronze Age. The +1 Pierce armor on the Chariot Archers is very strong for the Babylonians in the Bronze Age, so that actually makes life quite difficult for the Latviat player. But Yeti just sort of was happy to just sit back, and he made those few priests early, just to sort of play defensively. And that allowed the Latviat player the momentum, gets the Iron Age way, way faster. Use the power of the Horse Archers to just clear everything off initially. And like I said, it was only really those priest conversions that gave Yeti any kind of chances of coming back. But I think if we look at the eco here, I think it's going to be very highly, 11,000 more for Say My Name. Say My Name's eco, I don't think was ever really in any danger. I guess maybe he lost. It says he lost 30. In fact, it says he got more eco kills, but I feel like these were just like forward villagers, and he had a few on the gold here. Like his main eco at his base, I don't think really ever took much damage, apart from maybe like the few villagers there possibly. But yeah, as soon as Say My Name got into the bomb here, Miniyeti knew the jig was up. And we go on to Game 4. Say My Name now taking back the lead after going 0-1 down. In what has been some very interesting games as we restart Capture Age as tradition at the end of every single game. I think Say My Name banned. Sorry, that's what we mean, because Miniyeti got Egyptian. And I guess Miniyeti still felt the Macedonians was a threat to the Egyptians. As like I said, they do have a lot of nice bonuses that help them deal the Egyptians. And so he manages to get that. And that's, what would he have? So it's the Latviat winning against the Babylonians. And as some people said, maybe if he tried to be a little bit more active in the Bronze Age, maybe he could have tried to push his advantage there with the stronger Chariot Archer. But that +1 on the Chariot Archer bonus, or the Chariot bonus in general, not quite as strong in the Iron Age, just like percentage-wise, compared to the damage of the Iron Age units. And let's have a look-see if they started the game. No, they're in the lobby though, so we should get start pretty soon. So Sumerian, Greeks, and Yamato all left for Say My Name. Yeti has Egyptians, Assyrians, and Palmi. And I mean, as I've said, the Yamato are a little bit tricky on Citadels. I think if they can get to the Iron Age, they're pretty good there. They don't get great siege is their problem, but they have the very nice Horse Archer unit. How SMD? What? I don't understand. I don't understand the question. Anyway, the game started. And we do have... I think Miniyeti should probably pull the Egyptians out here, if he hasn't, as I just load into the game. And he does indeed go for the Egyptians. And it is the Yamato is the pick from Say My Name. Like I said, Yamato not that great in the Bronze Age, unless Say My Name wants to go for... Sorry, Say My Name's over this side. Swapped around from last game. Unless Say My Name wants to... Oh, this is a very, very bad map. Very bad map for Say My Name. And... I mean, I've seen some bad maps so far in this tournament, and people just haven't called Re on it. I feel like if there is a map to call Re on, this is the one, though. He basically has this wood in his base. Oh, we can't. I do apologise. I mean, you can see Miniyeti's town centre working away. But yeah, Say My Name's map here just has basically no wood in his base. Yeah, I don't... I feel like there's a few times players should have called Re and they just don't. Meanwhile, Yeti has all this extra space at the back here. Much less open front to his base. I mean, maybe Saymyname just backs himself. Like I said, maybe he does go for some sort of tool aggression with the Yamate. But I don't know. Yeah, it's like I said, I feel like the Yamato only really get the options in the late game. And even then, Egyptians still have, the very strong Scythe Chariot in the Iron Age. So I think this is going to be difficult for Saymyname, but obviously he's a very strong player. So potentially he just can outplay his opponent in this one. Miniyeti has shown signs of strength though, and has also taken the game off for Saymyname. So we'll see if he can take another game with the almighty Egyptians. And storage pit outside, his first storage pit. Maybe he just thinks, oh, it's fine, I can just like wall up this area later. But personally, I would not have been wanting to play this map myself, is all I will say. Billy's back in Saymyname. Like I said, the big problem with the Yamato is their bonuses for the cavalry don't really do much on this map. And I guess like if you get to Iron Age, cataphracts probably are quite strong. The cheaper upgrades for Yamato, as well as just the cheaper cavalry as well. But they are very expensive. And the Egyptians have pretty strong priests. Let's have a look at chat. Yeah, you definitely don't want to make cavalry in the Bronze Age. It's just suicide. And then the other Yamato option is they do have the composite bowman, which again they do get the cheaper upgrades for the composite bowman. But as I've said with the Minoans earlier in the series, and it is the forward from Saymyname. Okay, I was sort of like looking at the chat. Archery range into barracks forward. And this is one way to try and undercut the Egyptian power, is to just punish them before they can get to their very strong Bronze Age. I'd say it probably is their biggest weakness on Citadels, is like they basically are just a completely generic civ until you get that farm eco actually going. I think the clubbers gave the game away a little bit there though. But Yeti, 23 villagers up. He's obviously he's going to know that Saymyname's up to something because obviously clicked up to 2. Oh, got up to 2 a lot sooner. Market going down though, and it looks like Yeti's still just going to play for the bronze. And yeah, tower defense with the watchtowers. And Saymayname's not adding any slings here, so the tower is going to be very strong. I don't think Yeti is dead. I think this is looking a lot more like SNN dead to me. Like without the slingers, this attack is not going to do anything. Second barracks does go up though, but it's just more axes. House. I guess, yeah, Saymyname can just dodge around where the towers are. So Yeti might need to gather stone to potentially build another tower somewhere else. Slingers are added now. Bronze Age is already in though for Miniyeti. And this attack feels like it's going nowhere for me. Like I said, potentially Yeti wants to try and get some more villagers on stone to make sure he can just still defend against this. As the axes are making the gradual slowly progressing. A couple of bows, I think, yeah. Villager is going to go down, but the wall mostly goes up. so that's going to slow down this attack. So the one villager sacrifice is probably worth it. Woodworking coming in for the extra range for the bows. It's only actually got 2 bows, say that, so maybe it's just the eco. Walls goes up behind as Yeti's long mining with the single. Actually, no, the storage pit there, so it's not even that far really. And yeah, if he just walls up here, okay, he's going for the wall here as well. That still works, I guess. And that wall is not going to go down before the Bronze Age comes in. And Saymyname kind of feels like he may have suicided. I don't, like I've said, with the axes, I don't really understand the addition of the axes. For me, it feels much better to go Slinger and then add Bowman afterwards, if needed. Like, I get that you can build a couple of clubbers as on the way up, but it just feels like an unnecessary slow down to the push, personally. Siege Workshop coming down. I'd also quite like to see just a stable and maybe some regular chariots after you deal with the axes. Maybe just a combination of both the chariot units, I guess, then. Walk through Berry. Why can't we walk through Berry? Like, that's one of the worst things about DE, or the regular game. It's like that they're like, you just have the weird janky berries. You should just be able to jump over this wall, man. I mean, he could go for a tricky trap. That would have been quite nice. The only thing with that is if there were more military units out here, that wouldn't work. It's like, obviously, we know that there wasn't at the time. Stonethrower is going to deny. He's actually going to splat the villagers. See you. And, yep, nowhere near to the Bronze Age for Miniyeti. And, like I said, potentially Yamato could go for some sort of push. But I think the way Saymyname went about it wasn't the correct one. And without the slingers, the towers just, like, stop everything on the tracks. Slingers can deal with the towers. And but the towers deal with axes and bowmen just really, really easily. So, yeah, I think not the correct strategy. I think good idea, but not the correct execution. Saymayname's still trying to batter his way in, and Wheel isn't quite in yet. So Miniyeti is going to need to respond to this. Maybe just place a bigger building here to block the wall. But Saymyname backs off. He is working his way up to... looks like he's working his way up to the Bronze Age now, as he's not making any more military. And he's only behind... well, I was going to say he's only behind 1 Vil, but when he clicks Bronze, yeah, he's going to get way ahead on the villager count. Ah, dear me. But yeah, so now it's going to be very tough now for Saymyname. I mean, yeah, he's just going for the eco boom approach. He obviously knows Saymyname isn't even bronze yet, so he's not really under any threat at all. And I'm just going to take a quick drink in the interim. But like I said, I think if you're going to go for the all-in push, for me it has to be slingers into bows. Slingers to open the wall, and then bows to get in and kill the villagers. And it was axes into bows, which does not do the same thing. Just makes it really easy for Yeti to just tower behind it like he did. So this is looking, I mean, the game's not over until it's over, but Saymyname is in a very rough position. Yeah, you can see how far Yeti already is on the villagers. Plus 14 at the moment. Tool Age army taking a bit of a clattering from the stone thrower there. So we do see an archery range coming up now. In fact, I think he's already got a couple. Yep. And the Chariot Archer mass is going to start coming out. And now, what does Saymyname do in this situation? And I think the answer is, oh, and he's going to go cavalry, but all Yeti has to do is add in a couple of priests, and the cavalry are basically useless. Stable trying to go up forward, I guess, but the first Chariot Archer already getting some big damage in. It's going to deny that. And Wheeler's going to come in. But again, you also don't get chariot units, so just for the economy upgrade part of that. And all the forward gets cleared away by the stone thrower. And like I said, 3 cavalry in queue. Priest already being made though by Miniyeti, and I think probably if this game goes much further than the 30-minute mark, I'll be quite surprised. As Miniyeti should try to put... I mean, he has been playing a little bit defensively, other than that first game where he went all in aggression. So hopefully he does just try to push in his advantage now. As he's so far ahead, the best thing to do is just to force Saymyname out of the game and take us to a game 5, sorry. Nobility already in as well. His Chariot Archers are going to have, I think it's like 117 health, is it, after they get Nobility? Find out in a sec. Oh, 107. I knew it ended with 7, but then I got the other part wrong. My bad. And 4th TC going up for Saymyname. Still, he's just teching into the cavalry. 1 priest is out. Urbanization coming in as well. Very nice. But, yep, priests are already ready. And nobility is coming in, but all that's going to do is going to make these cavalry stronger for Miniyeti when he gets to convert them. So arguably all of these upgrades are just working against Saymyname. Ban priest. Priest is priest. Like I said, just the Yamato just really struggle in the Bronze Age on Citadels. Tower's going up, but Stone Thrower's already out though, so Tower's going to be of limited effectiveness. Cavalry trying to maybe get a flank of some sort going. There are 2 priests, so you can only convert 2 of these cavalry, but that's going to be probably good enough to just win this fight straight up. Stone Thrower does go down, and I suspect a few chariots will as well. In fact, he's just running. Saymyname now. And I wouldn't... Would Saymyname just resign? Or would he... I can't remember. I feel like he normally plays the games out a little bit more. So maybe we might get over the 30 mark just because I think he sometimes is just a little bit stubborn before he surrenders. Lack of Stone Thrower now is going to sort of slow down Miniyeti a little bit. And yeah, maybe just a forward siege workshop would be quite nice here. Yeah, villagers coming forward. There is a few cavalry that could maybe snipe off a villager or chariot here or there. And maybe a couple more priests would be nice. Maybe he's just going for the forward temple actually as well. As that would really close out against the cavalry and Stone Thrower combination. Extra range comes in for those sentry towers now. But yeah, these Egyptian chariots can tank these arrows for quite a long time. See this guy here very slowly being chunked down. Tower has been trying to repair, that said. Forward siege workshop does come in. It's part of Yuko. Saymyname, he never did actually close that off, so that is a little bit vulnerable there. But Miniyeti doesn't actually see that for the time being. And yeah, more priests being added in now. Is this another siege workshop? Okay, I was thinking it might be a temple forward. We'll just try and get that production going. In fact, Miniyeti is nearly has the resources to go iron. I don't think he really needs iron here. I think he could just push it in the Bronze Age. So arguably, maybe you just resource this to build a few more units to just push this home. Would have been the quickest way to end the game. As yeah, Saymyname, I mean, obviously, Miniyeti doesn't quite know what Saymyname has left in the tank. But yeah, it's obviously 1800 resources to get to the Iron Age that you just lose until you actually reach it. And he's already in. And it'll be interesting to see how much of a resistance Saymyname tries to put up here. Stonethrower trying to convert the priest trying to convert the Stonethrower is not me. Unfortunately, was getting hit by the sentry tower, so didn't get that off. Priest does get the conversion this time, which leaves Saymyname on one Stonethrower, and that one goes down. And like I said, looks like Saymyname is going to try until the very last moment, but it looks like we are going to maybe beat that 30-minute mark I put up, but it kind of feels like Saymyname is already done and dusted. Maybe it'll be when the Iron Age comes in, maybe that's when he calls GG. 16 seconds left, guys. 10 seconds. It'd be pretty good if he said GG right on 30. That would make me fucking Nostradamus, but he still has a reasonable number of cavalry. But the number of priests forward is going to sort of not really make the cavalry kind of useless. Iron Age is in, and Saymyname still playing the game out. He's down to 93 villagers now as the eco kills start coming in. Priest is going to go for some nice conversions here though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that was maybe 6 conversions, and that's half of Saymayname's army switching factions. And GG is called. So I was 1 minute out. Like I said, I feel like the Iron Age wasn't really necessary there. Like he didn't actually get any of the Iron Age upgrades in before the GG was called. But I guess like with that much, when you're in that position, there's no reason not to. I guess so. Very nice game for Miniyeti. Yeah, Saymyname is forward. I don't mind the idea of it. I just don't like this axes first. And then axes into bows. That just, I don't know, man. That just ain't it to me. Yeah, I'm not actually sure how the priest mechanics work for AOE1. I know in AOE2 you have to do like a second or so of warm up, and then it's like a probability of converting every tick. Don't know if it works the same for the priest in RTR. Excuse me. Pardon me. And yeah, so we'll go to game 5. And like I said, Miniyeti done quite well. Like winning that first game with the Chosen really set him up in a good place for the series, especially as he had the Hittite as an option. Sorry, the Egyptians as an option. And let me just, I meant to go back to this screen, so you didn't just have to look at a blank screen for a couple of seconds there. But yeah, we have already gone all the way to game 5. Just to take us quickly back to the draft. So Saymyname has some pretty nice civs left, to be fair. It has the Greeks and Cimmerians. And Miniyeti has the Assyrians and Palmyrans. And it'd be interesting to see what Miniyeti does go for here. I am kind of thinking, though, what does Miniyeti do against the Greek hoplites is what my first thought that comes to my mind. And so potentially I think that might be, yeah, I feel like Greek should be the option for Saymyname. And maybe Palmyrans, just to try and maybe just get the eco edge. Yeah, I feel like the Assyrian chariot archer isn't enough to deal with the Greek hoplites. Yeah, I think yeah, I think Palmyrans, I think Greek and then Palmyrans is probably the play. Yeah, well, like yeah, the Hittite just extra damage, just because like having the bronze shield in, just makes the Assyrian bonus much less powerful than the Hittite bonus because like you're reducing so much more of the Assyrian bonus with that just one pierce armor with the bronze shield. Um, so yeah, I feel like Assyrians would be suicide here, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I'll be very surprised if Saymyname doesn't go Greeks here though. Yeah, because it's like it's 22% attack speed on 3 damage for Assyrians, which is like nowhere near as good as just doing 4 damages Hittite per per shot. Yeah, but yeah, we've gone the full distance, and Miniyeti, like I said, that play in the chosen game, and again, it's just the big problem with the Minoans, no chariots, and just too slow to get set up in most games. And some people say Citadels is a slow map, but Minoan's too slow for the slow map. And we get ourselves into game 5 for this semi-final game between Saymyname and Miniyeti to decide who progresses on to the final. And jackpot berries for Saymyname. And he has gone Cimmerians. In fact, what? Cimmerians against Assyrians, man. Cimmerians. I don't know, man. Oh. Why would you not go Greeks? I mean, he did pick Cimmerians above Greek. And Cimmerians do have some nice bonuses. So I'm not saying that they're a bad civ here. I'm just saying, yeah, forward berries for Miniyeti there. So does, and yeah, Saymyname does actually see the berries at the side here. Like there was the other game where he sort of had it closed off, not quite, and he didn't collect them. I mean, Suma, you can add the camels, right? They get the extra pierce armor. Yeah, I feel like you can add the camels as the Cimmerians against, and that kind of is a pretty strong counter to Assyrian chariots. Are you sure? Yeah, I guess, yeah, with the addition of priest, yeah, priest and chariot, yeah, that could be a good, yeah, that's fair. I mean, they didn't really change the text, they added a few. There was a little bit of balance tweaks. I don't know what you mean by change the text. They tweaked the civ bonuses a little bit, and like I said, some of the costs of the units and stuff was changed. Yeah, they did change quite a bit, but that was kind of the point. Like, yeah, it was trying to balance the game more. I don't know. It seems like Billy just wants to see the 24/7 compy spam. But anyway, so just trying to remember the Cimmerian. Cimmerians, like I said, I think they are a pretty decent civ on this map now, but I haven't actually seen that many people play them so far this tournament. I don't think it. Maybe it's seen it once. I think there was the Hittite against Cimmerian game actually the other day, and which was I can't remember who actually played in that series. I think the biggest problem is just that some civs not having the chariot makes the priest a bit too obnoxious on citadels especially. So maybe there's like a scout upgrade in the Bronze Age for all the civs that don't get chariot or something like that. And then that unit has like some bonus or other or resistance. Maybe not for the scout itself, so you don't just get it for free, because I feel like then everyone just builds just scout right into priest, because every civ gets scout. So I think it'd have to be like an upgrade for the scout, like the light cavalry. Just to make it like not just such an auto counter. I mean, there is, yeah, they do. That is true. But there's like a lot more other units in the game, like that you can build with. Like civs in AOE2 have a lot more access to units in general in the Castle Age. Like in AOE, in RTR, it's only like Foe and maybe Babi and Shang that like kind of get access to everything pretty much in the Bronze Age. I think every other civ is like kind of missing options here or there. Like obviously most civs in AOE2 still have a preferred unit, but they have like they still have the option of going into other units. Is my point. Whereas like Yamato in that last game, it's like you just don't have an option there. Yamato is like your compies, your cavalry, sometimes your hoplites, and if those aren't an option, you're just dead. So, but anyway, to focus on this game, Tool Age in a little bit slow for Mini. Oh no, that's the food. I'm getting confused there. I thought that was the progression bar. A little bit of idle time from Saymyname though, as he's trying to, looks like he's just idling to get the 800 before he clicked. A little bit of idle time from Miniyeti as well, and clicks another villager. So 24 villagers up for Saymyname. Excuse me, I keep wanting to hiccup for some reason. And he clicks now, and it's in the end the idle TC time's about the same. Miniyeti going for the second berries forward, which I do like to see, and that because that gives him the option of taking these berries later if something goes wrong here. And just the artifact moving around. Actually, what is? Okay, it's just a clubber. I thought that was a villager for a second there, but it's just a clubber. But Saymyname is going to get to the Bronze Age, much quicker, and the Sumerians do have the very nice bonus of the cheaper TCs. And so that makes their boom quite nice. And if the games do go long, the longer lasting farms actually has some relevance. This bonus kind of, in most other maps, is just kind of pointless because the games are usually over before the farms ever run out. But if it goes long, that bonus can be quite powerful. Miniyeti going on to gold though. So maybe Chariot Archer isn't the option. Maybe in a lot of the games he seems to have gone to the priests or the siege as his early defense. And archery range is going. Oh, he's already built an archery range there. Sorry. So that's interesting. So I wonder why. Maybe it is just like the chariot archers and the priest combination, which people were talking about in the chat. And the Sumerians, they struggled a little bit to deal with that combination against the Assyrian faster attacking bonus. And we're just having a little artifact looking around session. Bowman doing a little bit of exploration. First TC goes up. Again, these TCs only 150 food, which basically wood, not food, which makes kind of like the storage pit pretty much obsolete for the Sumerians. You might as well just build TCs everywhere, because you can also garrison them as well, even if you don't use them to actually make villages. And Temple is the addition here, so it looks like the priest and chariot archer combination is the go-to. Clubbo gets KO'd by the bowman. Villager sneaking forward for Yeti. And is this going to be like a tower, potentially? Or is it just exploration for the time being? Astrology comes in. Okay, it's just forward siege workshop as well. And Sumerian... Saymyname, sorry, not Sumerian. I mean, he is the Sumerians. Is starting to maybe make some chariot archers. It's a little bit pinched for resources at the moment. He's gone 3 TCs, doesn't quite have the eco for an army. It looks like Yeti's just going for the 1 TC all in. And with the chariot archer priest and siege combination, maybe Saymyname needs to just make the regular chariot here and then just try to snipe the stone throwers and the monks, the priests, sorry. I think maybe that would be his best option for the short term. And then just sort of try to ignore the chariot archers for the time being and just run around. Just to buy himself some extra time. Chariot archer here, I think it's just on an exploratory mission. Oh, Yeti comes back to claim the last food. And yeah, to get these berries here. Saymyname did get the nice berries inside his base though, so he doesn't even have to worry about defending those. Interestingly, he did. Oh, I guess he was just trying to get that siege workshop down. That's why he's not finished gathering those berries yet. And these chariots are actually going to be able to range the wood line. I think artisanship is in. Small walls being researched by Saymyname. Don't exactly know where he's... Okay, just walling up the back here. As the stone thrower is already coming in. Stone thrower response. Like I said, I think potentially the best option is his own just regular old chariot. He's going to go for the double walls for the time being. He's not actually collecting any stone. Deletes the house to try and get the wall up. One sacrificial villager here. Oh, don't want to go out there, buddy. Lock the gate, dude. And maybe just probably try and just bone the stone throwers with that villager there. Might as well. It's going to go down anyway. Single stone thrower in defense. Oh, he's going to kill his own villager. Brilliant. Just to rub salt in the wound there. That was fantastic. I guess, like, as soon as the stone thrower ball went up, I was just like, it's just going to kill it in it. Anyway, conversion coming in. Oh my god. And he's going to be able to bone this down. But there's not enough units in defense from Saymyname. And I think Miniyeti, with the 1 TC push again, and pre-siege, and the addition of the chariot arch this time, and I think this game is just done. Tower's not going to go up in time. And I think Miniyeti, against all expectations, I think I have to say. No disrespect to Yeti, but I think he may have done it. He may have toppled the Saymyname here. Saymyname just trying to do anything he can. There's another 3 catapults in. Villager defense is all he can muster. He has 4 chariot archers, but they're just out nowhere at the moment, most of them. 20 eco kills. It looks like Saymyname lost. I guess that was to his own catapult. That's why the extra def is in. I mean, I don't think he doesn't have the armor upgrade in. So they like actually surprisingly did quite a lot of damage there. But Saymyname, I mean, I was going to say down to 36. I mean, Miniyeti's just not been making any eco this whole time. So he is very on the edge of resources. But he has 18 chariots, 5 more in queue. And the single stone thrower probably going to be enough to just push this forward. Saymyname, is that pretty much all his eco? That's 28 vills there. Tries to go for the quick walls. Like I said though, the stone thrower is already here. Going to try and bone down the stone thrower. Potentially. No, I think they were just trying to build the wall. Accidentally sort of like click the wall on this side, so some of the villagers ran out. But it's going to bone down the priest. I think stone thrower is going to go down, but 33 villagers left, no eco, and all the villagers are idle. Saymyname reassigns them now, but I think this game is over. And I think Miniyeti has done it. TC actually going up over here. Artifact, I think, spotted that, though. Oh, no, it didn't. Interesting. Saymyname, so yeah, like I said, maybe being a little bit stubborn, just trying to cling on to life in this game. Yeah, he did. I did see a little bit of the transaction at the market there. Wall does actually go up, and a couple of stone throwers have come out, which is going to hold for another priest, though, has come forward. And Miniyeti has started making villages again. I feel like he maybe... well, I guess he just wanted to go for the all-in push, so he didn't want to spend resources making more villages. Because he's a little bit pinched on food now, I should say. He's only got 3 farmers at the moment. But he's got 27 chariot archers, like I said, which should be way more than enough. And, oof, that stone thrower got in a lot of damage just before it converted. But, yep, kills the other stone thrower with that one. And I think that's going to be GG. There we go. And very nice game. Very well played from Miniyeti. Very well done. This is where we need like the member round of applause sound. Because that was a very nice push. Again, I feel like the only options Saymyname had there is if he just went into the regular chariot and just tried to like wrap round and snipe the siege and the monks. That wouldn't have dealt with the chariot archer, but it would have maybe given a slightly greater chance at holding. And yeah, the tower just never went up. Small walls, just nothing against the stone thrower. And Miniyeti, congratulations, dude! What a game! Well played, my man. And yeah, just like I said, I feel like just that chosen first game one, getting that game one there against the Minoans. It's just, oof. Like I said, Minoans letting. I think I've seen the Minoans only win 1 game this entire tournament. I think they've been picked and played pretty much every series. But yeah, very nice win. 3-2 to Miniyeti, knocking Saymyname out. Actually, no, I think Saymyname is going to be playing in the 3rd place match. So he will play for 3rd place. But yeah, Miniyeti advancing onto the final against whoever wins the next semi-final, which will be between Vertex and Takeaway Bongo, which I believe Unrestricted will be streaming. I think is that a game in an hour? How long have we been streaming? Yeah, it's like in another hour, right? Let me just double check that for you. You can play now, maybe. What time is next game? I mean, Unrestricted saying potentially now. I think it depends if both the players are here. Are you going to cast either way, Unrestricted? Vertex is here. Is Bongo here? Yeah, okay. So I'll be handing you over to Unrestricted. And if Bongo is here right now, we can just go straight into the next series, which would be quite nice. And I'll give it like about 5 or so minutes to see if we can get him to respond. Because if he does respond, because it's just like a 1 weekend competition, Billy. So we wanted to make the games not last too long. Because like we still potentially have another 3 games to play today. Yeah, he needs to eat. Well, you've earned it, dude. Go eat. You've got time until you have to play another game. But yeah, I'll keep the stream up just for, like I said, 5 or so more minutes. If Bongo responds, I'll just Unrestricted will start his stream up, and I'll go raid his channel, and then you can watch the other semi-final game there. Otherwise, I guess we'll have about an hour break or so until the next game starts. But it shouldn't be any more than about an hour till the next game. So if you are interested, do hang around. And if you're not in the Discord or the RTR Discord, I think I've got the link on my channel. I might have. Let me just double check. Excuse me, that actually. Is that the correct Discord link? Looks like it is up there. So if you just like go in the description, the very small description that I put on my stream, because I can't be bothered editing the panels, there is the link there. And those brackets are for the 1v1 tournament for this Master of, instead of Master of Citadel. Maybe unrestricted, or someone can post the challenge link for. Actually, no, I'll post the Wikipedia link if anyone wants to see the rest of the results of this competition. The Masters of Citadel one. Whoops, I can't spell. There we go. Type that in chat. And I'm presuming Billy's given you the RTR Discord and not just some random one. I trust that you've done that for us, Billy. But like I said, if you click on just like the Discord thing on my description there, it should take you there as well. If you aren't on the Discord, and just like I said, just giving Bongo a couple of minutes more to respond. Like I said, I think they were set to play at, what time is it now? 5 and 17. So I think they were scheduled to play 18 GMT, but potentially could play earlier. Yeah, but Bongo said 18 GMT works for him. So he wasn't intending to play earlier. But like I said, we'll just sit around for another couple of minutes just in case he does respond. Unless, I don't know, maybe Unrestricted wants to just start his stream early and maybe just like, I don't know, maybe stream a practice game or something like that for the time, for the hour gap. Popeye is actually playing KT at the moment in a 1v1. It's already 14 minutes though. Because I actually will need to go make food for myself soon. So... what do you want to do Unrestricted? Nab game. I mean, at least they're playing. At least they're playing. Eat healthy. I'll try, dude. But yeah, like I said, Miniyeti in the final. And the next semi-final will, of course, between Bongo and Vertex. You're welcome, Billy. And Underling as well. Thank you for coming to the stream. It feels like we aren't getting a response from Bongo, so I think I'm just going to leave it there for the stream. And I'll see if anyone, maybe KT is streaming actually, he tends to stream his games. Oh, no, Unrestricted is going to start his stream then. Okay. I'll let Unrestricted start up his stream and then I'll go raid him. And then hopefully Bongo turns up a little bit early. Do coin flip. Yeah, you can just go Google coin flip. Like I was like, yesterday I was like, oh, what the hell do I do? And I was like, there's literally going to be a coin flip on Google, isn't there? And there is. Yeah, so we'll just let Unrestricted start up his stream and then I'll raid him. And then you guys can all go over to his channel. And then, like I said, in Raid EGC TV, I mean, they're streaming AOE4, right? Yeah. But yeah, because it was EGC TV that actually hosted the Dawn of Ages tournament. And they had Winston actually on casting for that one, which was nice to see. Wait, I didn't even see that Saymyname had like another TC over here. I saw this one, but I didn't see that one on the right there. But yeah, we just... Does he cast? I think he does cast AOE4 games now and again, if I'm right. I don't know if he plays the game much, but I think he does. He kind of wacky. Yeah, I was going to say, I think he doesn't actually play the game that much, but I think he does cast it now and again. Um, but yeah, I can remember when he came back for Dawn of Ages and he kept calling the age names the like AOE4 names, which I guess is the same as the AOE2 names, like the Feudal Age and the Castle Age, etc. Yeah, I know he played AOE1, obviously, because yeah, I used to stream the cast all the games for AOE1 as well. Like that's how I started getting into the competitive AOE1 as I watched the Classic Cup tournaments and was watching all of the Winston Waffle streams. Hopefully he's doing all right. And yeah, like that's the thing. It's like because I've only been in the sort of AOE1 more competitive scene for like about, I don't know, like a year and a half. I don't know all the older players. I finished that new Winston. Whoa, that's big shoes to fill. I mean, I wouldn't be mind being invited to the Heidelberg land next time they do an AOE1 tournament. Just saying. Maybe it's a better AOE1 tournament than it was for that Woolaloo event. It was a little bit disappointing. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure he is on the team for RTR. Because we occasionally do get some words out of him. Yeah, the AOE1 tournament at Heidelberg was very disappointing. And there's no really other way around that, other way of saying it, really. Like, I can remember when they announced that they were doing an AOE1 tournament, I was like, whoa, they're actually doing AOE1 again? And I was like really hyped to watch the games. And then it was just like the one series, and it was just like, didn't he just like 3-0 his opponent, and it was just like over in about 40 minutes or something. And then I was just like, all right, that was a really good spotlight for AOE1 that. Great. I mean, I was mostly, like I said, I'm actually more of an AOE2 player myself, but I just do love to dabble now and again in the AOE1. It was like the first PC game I played back when I was a kid. And so I still like to go back to the roots, as it were. I think Unrestricted probably has his stream up by now, actually. I've just been waffling on. Let me just double check. Yeah, Unrestricted does have his stream up now, so it's been a pleasure talking to you all, and I hope you enjoyed the cast, and I hope, yeah, you enjoy the cast for the rest of the tournament. I don't know exactly what game I'll be casting next, or for what tournament I'll actually be, but I will catch you guys next time, whenever that is. And once again, where is Unrestricted? There it is. Unrestricted. Yeah, but I'm not going to be around. I've got to go pick my parents up from the airport. But yeah, we've still got some more games today, but I'm unfortunately not going to be around to cast any of those. So I think I'm going to be leaving you with Unrestricted for the time being. And hopefully the rest of the games are pretty good. And yep, I will once again thank you for joining the stream. And I'll see you guys all again another time. Farewell.